The scariest thing about resentment, bitterness, unforgiveness is that if you choose those things, God himself will torture you. I did not stutter. God himself will torture you if you choose those things. That's not my opinion. That doesn't even come from a disciple. That comes directly from the mouth of Jesus Christ. And he explains this in a parable in Matthew 18. A servant is brought before a king, the king being God in this parable. He owes the king just an astronomical amount of money, and he'll never be able to pay it back, and just asks the king for mercy. The king, out of compassion, grants the man mercy and forgives his debt 100%. And the man's blown away, incredibly grateful. Thank you so much, leaves the king's presence. On the way out of the king's courts, he runs into a fellow servant who actually owes him a relatively small amount of money. But right then, he demands repayment. And when the man can't pay him back, ironically, after just receiving mercy, he has the man taken to prison until his debt is paid. Word gets back to the king. The king strips away his mercy and sends him to the dungeon to be tortured. Have you ever met someone who's bitter, resentful, holding grudges, who also has peace? You haven't, because those things can't coexist. A prerequisite for actual peace that passes all understanding is gratitude and a grateful heart. And you can't have gratitude and resentment living in the same place. They cannot coexist. They're like hate and love. They're consuming forces. And you have to choose which you are going to allow to rule in your heart. So when you're choosing and feeling entitled to bitterness and resentment, that really comes down to your pride. You think you're entitled to those feelings. It's rooted in unforgiveness. So my question would be, in that case, would you rather live a life with pride and chaos, or humility and peace?